What is up, guys, and welcome back to Cozy Talks. This is Friday night special. Go over every single fight on this weekend's fight card, and we give you one pick and our prediction. If you didn't watch our Tuesday video, that'll be in there as well. We'll give you a little bit of info on why we're leaning towards that pick. And Joe?
Yeah. So it's the Friday show, man. We do this every week. We give you guys a pick. We also will give you guys our plays at the end of the video. So stay around for that. But with that being said, guys, make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Give the channel a follow. Share it with some of your buddies. We really appreciate it. It's the start of the new year, and it's our first pay-per-view right off the bat. Not even a pay-per-view, a numbered card. If you're here in the United States, if you're somewhere else, then I guess it is a paid card. We'll find out next week how that works. But with that being said, let's roll on into it. So first fight of the night, Ty Miller, Adam Fugitt. It's Fugitt, not Fugitt. I've heard a couple people say Fugitt now, so I'm rolling with Fugitt.
It is Fugitt, but
Or
I've been
Fugitt,
saying
whatever.
Fugitt.
Yeah, Fugitt. The lean has been I didn't really have a pick because I haven't really seen any film on Ty Miller. I know he was on the Contender Series, but I just don't remember watching it. I might have to go and actually watch it to really have a solid pick. But I did have Ty Miller. I just was playing it safe. I mean, Fugitt's only loss. I'm saying I don't give a fuck. Fugitt's only loss is to really three good guys. It was Michael Morales. Who were the other two? Michael Morales, Mike Malott, and Islam Dulatov. Dulatov, we haven't seen too much of in the UFC, but I will put him in that class of good for right now from what we've seen of him. But yeah, Ty Miller, his background is boxing. He's a heavy boxer. From just videos of other people that I've seen. Like I said, I haven't watched any film on him. But just reading his record, I mean, he has 2 knockouts and 4 decisions. I'm not really sure, how this is going to play out, but I'm hoping it's not a stinker to start off the fucking Paramount era. So we'll see.
Yeah, honestly, I kind of feel like I was just talking to Joe about this. I feel like this card is going to be a banger. I don't think a lot of these fights are going to go to decision, and I think this is one of them that's not going to go to decision. So I think it goes either way. One of the things I talked about was Ty Miller's boxing. He has really clean boxing. Adam Fugitt, though, he's been in there. He's been in there a lot. Ty Miller's making his debut. I know Fugitt has a knockout wins under his belt as well. So honestly, I feel like this fight's going to be a banger. I got this fight going under 1.5, and that's going to pick in this fight. I was rolling with, but I am more leaning on in the rounds. So that's honestly good. Yeah, my original pick on this fight was Adam Fugitt, but honestly, like one of the things that I was saying in our Tuesday video, Ty Miller, he has really clean boxing. Adam Fugitt, though, on the other hand, like you just mentioned, some of his losses were against some pretty decent guys. Michael Morales, Mike Malott, and Islam Dulatov. Fugitt has a little bit more of that edge and experience when it comes against Ty Miller. But honestly, I think this fight might be a little bit of a banger, and I think this whole card might be a banger as well. I don't think we'll get very much decisions. I mean, I could be completely wrong, but
Hopefully
cross
not,
your
bro.
fingers. Yeah, cross your fingers. We get a lot of finishes on this card, first card of the year, and my pick in this fight is gonna be under 1.5 rounds. I think it could go. I think it could go either way. I see both these guys getting in there and scrapping. I think Fugitt's going to bring it, and I think that's going to kind of push Ty Miller to match the same pace. And like I said, I feel like it could go either way. So that's going to be my pick here: is this fight going under 1.5 rounds?
Okay. All right. Next fight: Ricky Turcios and Cameron Smotherman. This fight, I feel like it feels kind of more like a toss up. I mean, both these guys are kind of in that lower level of MMA skill, in my opinion. Like you got one guy who's good at one thing, and another guy's good at another thing. Like you got Cameron Smotherman who's really good at boxing, or like striking on the feet, and you got Ricky Turcios, who's a good grappler. So it's kind of a clash of two different styles here. Cameron Smotherman, we know his problem has been the wrestling, but he has shown improvements. Really, in his last fight, he did show a bit of an improvement. Um, I mean, it's a very like medium low confident pick, but I would take Cameron Smothering on the money line. That's kind of where my lean is. He is the favorite, and I think it's rightfully so. Ricky Turcios, if he can't get him to the ground, I think he's gonna have a bit of a hard time on the feet.
Yeah, I see Tercios being really annoying for Smotherman. Though I do still think Smotherman will be the more technical, more kind of like athletic fighter. But I just think Tercios is going to be really, really like adamant on trying to get this fight on the ground because I don't see Tercios standing with Smotherman,
Mm-hmm.
unless he's improved in some crazy way. I really just see Tercios trying to get a takedown, trying to grapple with him, trying to hold him up against the cage, trying to set something up. But I just think Smotherman is going to be too fast and a little bit stronger than him, honestly. So I agree with you. My pick here is probably just going to be Smotherman money line. But if I were to take a prop, I see Smotherman winning on the judges' scorecards. So Cameron Smotherman by decision or money line for me.
Mm-hmm. All right, moving up the prelims, we get the heavyweights going at it. We get Josh Hokit and we get Denzel Freeman. Um, on Tuesday, we said, I think we both were in agreement here that Josh Hokit is probably going to get a finish here. He's probably going to get a knockout. His wrestling looks really good. We've seen him wrestle a bit. We talked a little bit that on Tuesday as well. Denzel Freeman kind of had a dud of a debut against Mark Buhilo. Both these guys came in with solid records, but it's kind of a stinker bout. Um, I mean, Hockett's not trying to lay a stinker. I think he knows what's in store for him. I think he takes this fight. If he wins, what do you think the odds are we see this guy on the White House card?
Oh, 100%.
I think they're pretty fucking
You
likely.
if you guys know who Josh Hokit is, if you guys don't, he has created this like kind of like Hulk Hogan persona. Like when he won his contender series fight, he put the bandana on, the sunglasses on, and he was just like, "I am here to make the heavyweight division great again."
Hmm.
With that whole persona, that voice, like he knows what's going on. He's a former NFL player. Pretty sure he played for the Niners.
Yeah.
Fuck the 49ers. But anyways, I got Josh Hokit giving belt to ass in this fight, whether it's KO or submission. I honestly think it could go either way. Josh Hokit, though, when he's on top of you on the ground, he's looking for devastating shots. He's looking to control you. He's looking to gas you out and just deliver nasty ground and pound. I mean, we saw him display that in the Contender Series, and then in his last fight, I believe, which was his debut, he just absolutely obliterated his opponent. And like you were saying, Denzel Freeman in his last fight, it was a sparring match in my opinion. So
Mm,
Josh Hokik, I feel like Josh Hokik is ready. He's ready for the bright lights, and I don't think there's anything that will like stress him or kind of like stump him
yeah.
when it comes to fighting in front of a big crowd. Which I mean, we kind of saw Freeman freeze up a little bit, and I mean, the commentator said that, they were like, some of these dudes, they get up here, they get underneath these bright lights, they get frozen. Nah, not Josh Hokik. I think Josh Hokik's gonna go in there and give belt to ass. So if you can, Hokik by finish, 100%. Last time I
It's
checked,
plus money.
submission, yeah, submission and KO were both plus money on Josh Hokik. So
Yeah. Yeah. But my idea of the White House card here, I'll just make a note of it. So I think Hawkett will fight Steven Asplin. They've already kind of been brewing a little bit of beef. I think Asplin might fight one more time. And then if he wins, I think that's your matchup to make. I think those are both top heavyweights coming out of this most recent Contender Series season. And I think it'd be a great spot to see, who comes out on top and who, you want to entertain with the idea of top 15.
yeah, but would they want to make a American versus an American?
Can't get more American than that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. But here's another thing to keep in mind. Like Denzel Freeman did finish Steven Asplin on the regional scenes.
Mm,
So I just feel like, if Josh Hokit were to finish Freeman, I feel like give Hokit a ranking shot, in my opinion.
yeah. Yeah, it's such a short list to get into the UFC rankings. I mean, he might even get it just off this win.
I mean,
Go and get a shot.
especially for heavyweight too. Especially for heavyweight. They need guys who, kind of like what you were.
Come and clean it out.
I put in a little bit of thought of like what you had said about against like Patty. Like the UFC really likes dudes who are really marketable and are good with the microphone and can sit in front of a camera and kind of sell their persona, sell them as a fighter.
Yeah,
Yeah, Josh Hokik is kind of one of them. So I most definitely see him, boosting up here
yeah.
if he were to get a finish.
All right, let's move on. Next fight on the prelims, we got Michael Johnson and Alexander Hernandez. This fight feels like upset watch. This is one that my confidence is so low on either guy because of just like it's a dangerous fight. I mean, the odds have it like it's pretty wide. They're very confident in Alexander Hernandez. I don't think I'm that confident in Alexander Hernandez. I know he was my pick, and I'm like on that fence of flipping, and I'm kind of more playing like a pussy, and I might not even play a pick here. I might play the round prop because it's just that kind of fight, Like it could be a
You
sweep of.
thinking you thinking the over?
I think the over is
Yeah.
an okay play. The under is also a great play. Like I said, this is just one where like you can believe whatever you want to believe for either of these guys, and it could totally happen. Um, but I just don't know. I mean, this is one that it's a great fight. This is really a good matchmaking. Michael Johnson beat Daniel Zellhuber's ass. He knocked him on the ground. He almost got a fin. I don't even know if he really got a finish, but he did knock him on his ass, and he did give him some ground and pound. I believe Zellhuber is better than Hernandez. I don't know. I think
Yes, there were moments
fuck him
watching
out.
Daniel Zellhuber, fight. Yes, I can agree with you, but Alexander Hernandez is the more experienced fighter.
Yeah.
I feel like Zellhuber going into that fight against Michael Johnson just got hit with something he was not expecting. I guarantee you he wasn't expecting that out of fucking 37-year-old Michael Johnson,
Yeah.
to bring that fight the way that Johnson did. But the thing about Hernandez, bro, is like, like I said, Hernandez is a brawler as well.
Mm,
Hernandez will bring that fight as well.
yeah.
So, and then another thing you had mentioned, we're playing MMA math. Hernandez knocked out Ferreira. Ferreira beat Johnson. You know what I mean? I just feel like Hernandez on this streak right now.
Knocking out, he
And
already fought a guy similar in build to Chase Hooper.
yeah, yeah. I feel like Hernandez, I don't think he's I don't think he's gonna be like Zellhuber, where Zellhuber was kind of like frozen
Hmm.
against Michael Johnson in their fight. I think Hernandez is gonna be more focused, more locked in. But I do agree with you. I see this fight going to decision. Like I see it possibly going to decision. But at the end of the day, I do think Hernandez is gonna catch Michael Johnson with some like crazy overhand, or not. It doesn't even have to be crazy. You know what I mean? Just Michael
Mm,
Johnson getting into a little bit of a flow, steps into Hernandez range, and Hernandez just lets a big one go. Kind of like what happened to Chase Hooper. Chase Hooper was trying to get flowing with his striking, stepped into Hernandez. Hernandez caught him with a big one, fucking put him down.
yeah.
So that's what I'm leaning towards. I'm leaning towards a Hernandez KO. And like I was saying at the beginning of the video, guys, I really do feel like this fight card is going to be a banger, because honestly, like, a lot of finishes could happen on this card, and I really do think so. Because the way the UFC was moving towards the end of the year, they were kind of making it pretty clear, we want entertainment. We want to
Mm,
see dudes getting put out. And if you do that, you have money coming your way. Dana White has made that very clear.
yeah.
So new platform, Paramount, new year. Yeah, I honestly expect some big things coming out of this pay-per-view or coming out of this numbered event and the next.
Mhm.
So Alexander Hernandez by KO here.
All right, next fight. We get another solid fight. I think this will be an entertaining one. We get Alex Perez versus Charles Johnson. This is Charles Johnson's moment, man. I mean, if he wants a spot, in the rankings again, I don't even know if was he ranked. I think he was. But if he wants,
Maybe at one point he was like ranked 15,
I,
14.
want to say he was 15 or 14 if I remember right.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is a spot for him to keep moving up, keep proving himself. I mean, he's got one loss in his last four. He's 18-7. He's on a good run in the UFC right now. Alex Perez, he's kind of on the opposite right now. I mean, he's lost four of his last five. Granted, one of them was kind of a freak accident, weird backpack, blew his knee out against Tyra. They're calling it a KO loss. So, I mean, you can take it how you want. I mean, he was getting kind of dominated in that fight, but it is Tyra. Tyra's really skilled. Last fight he was in it. I mean, granted, as who got the finish, he was in this fight. He was looking pretty good through two. I think that finish happened in the second. I think it was late second that happened, or it was early third. I can't remember.
Late second or early third, 100%.
But like I said, Charles Johnson, he's looking to prove himself. I think this is a spot where you gotta either take a finish on him, or you just take his money line like a parlay piece. Right now he's priced at -210 on here, but later on we'll look at his live odds and see what he's priced at as of today. But one thing I want to note about Alex Perez is his submission losses. He has been finished 6 times by submission and been finished twice by knockout. Charles Johnson, you look at his record, he has 4 submission wins, 7 KOs. He's never been finished. Like I said, all his losses are by decision. So when you look at this, what you need to think about is, okay, Perez in his last 4, he's only been finished 3 times. And by only, I mean that's pretty significant. That's a lot. And for your last 5 getting finished 3 times is pretty significant. So what I think you need to look at here is Charles Johnson by a KO or a submission, which if you stick around for the end of the video, you'll see what I chose. Dun dun dun.
Yeah, honestly, I'm going with Alex Perez. I'm going with Alex Perez. I think I don't see Alex Perez continuing after this, but this is most like he's gonna keep fighting, but I don't know if he's gonna win his next one. He most definitely needs to win this one against a 35-year-old Charles Johnson. Like you were saying, Perez looked really good against that fight against Asu, and I would honestly say he was winning all the way up until that point where Asu fucking jumped on him like some fucking spider monkey and then locked up that submission.
Mm-hmm.
Alex Perez, as much as I want to say he wins by finish here, I do see this fight going to decision. I think Perez takes it on the judges' scorecards. I think Perez keeps this fight really close. Because this is kind of like vet versus vet. Johnson's been fighting these up and comers for a while now, and now he's getting a vet who's been losing. I think Alex Perez needs this win. I don't know. As you can clearly see, I'm not a whole lot confident
It's a low
on
confidence
this.
pick.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go with Alex Perez on this. If anything, I would take this fight going to decision. I don't think Perez. I would honestly hope that he has learned especially from his last fight. Don't fucking be reckless and just go in, especially when you're winning. I don't know. Decision. This fight going to decision. That's my pick here.
All right. Moving up, we got Nikita Krylov and Modestas Bukauskas in the light heavyweights going at it. We got Nikita Krylov on a 2-fight getting finished streak, and we got Modestas Bukauskas on a 4-fight winning streak. And let's see, how many of those are by finish? 3 of those 4 in that streak right now are by finish. I think this is a spot where you definitely hammer Bukauskas money line. You definitely hammer his KO prop, because Krylov getting finished twice by Dominic Reyes, who Obviously, it was on a great run at this time. Went on and fought Olberg, got chinned in the first. But that's Olberg. Olberg is probably at some point in his career going to be the guy holding this belt here in the light heavyweight division. And you got Bogdan Guskov, who just went to a draw with Jan, which you could argue Jan won that. I think Jan won it against Guskov. But it was really close because they gave one round of 10-8 and then they give the other two 10-9s to Jan. So it's kind of like however you want to look at it, I guess. But yeah, I think this is definitely a spot where you hammer Bukauskas. A 4-fight win streak. He's looking really confident. He's coming into his prime. He's 31 years old, about to be 32. And you get a Krylov on 2-fight losing streak where both finishes have been in the first by vicious knockout. I mean, when your chin's gone, your chin's gone. He's been on a bit of a hiatus, but before he fought Dominic Reyes, he was out for almost a little more than a year. So, yeah, I think this is the spot where you definitely get on that for sure.
My pick here is Bukauskas by KO. I'm taking Bukauskas by KO. I just, even though Krylov is 33, Bukauskas is 31, but he moves like he's way younger. I just think Bukauskas is way faster. And like you were just saying, Krylov's last 2 fights, he got fucking flatlined. Gets flatlined by Reyes. Guskov goes in, does the same exact shit. Bukauskas is gonna be number 3. He's gonna go in there and fucking put him out. Bukauskas has that motherfucker has insane power. We saw him in Seattle put out Rafael Sequeira.
Yeah. I just remember the way Sequeira dropped, bro. That shit was like
seeing his head bounce up against the cage, just standing there. Yeah, Bukauskas do the same fucking shit to Krylov. I think Bukauskas moves. He moves like a middleweight.
He's got great kickboxing.
He's great kickboxing. He's a big ass dude. Moves like a smaller fighter. I think Bukauskas puts out Krylov.
Yeah. All right, let's move on. Up to the next fight. This one might be this one's gonna be a quick one, bro. You don't want to miss this one. I think this is gonna be
No.
if you don't want to take juice, probably don't bet this one. There's not a lot of great spots. I was just at the casino today placing bets. There's a lot of things that like you want to place. Like you want to take a tip of Gautier. Well, guess what? Gautier is minus 1,000. You want to take Gautier KO. KO's minus fucking 500.
What is his round 1 prop?
Like it was like minus 200, minus 250 or some shit.
God.
So I mean, hey, it's a parlay piece, right? Round 1 is obviously a parlay piece if you want to go that route. What I did, I was at DraftKings. That's what we got here in Washington, up where I'm at. So what I did was I took Gautier money line with an under 1.5, which was like basically the same price as the KO, but I kind of made it a little more interesting. Because he's only been in the second round once in his last, I think it was in his last 5. I think it was against Souza, or I can't remember. He's only been in the second round once in his last 5. And then Pulyaev on the other side doesn't really stand out to me. Lost to CLD. I think this was a short notice fight. I could be wrong though. And then he beat Nick Klein, which is not a very impressive win. Nick Klein we saw fight in UFC Seattle as well last year. He was short notice in that fight. And he got bodied by, I think it was Mansour Abdulmalik, if I remember right. But Ateva Gautier, he's just a different breed, bro. He's from Cameroon. He's dense. He's got vicious power in his kicks, vicious power in his hands. Dude's built like a concrete statue. He's chiseled. Fucking, he's just a monster. I think he's gonna walk through Pulyaev. He already talked about it in an interview on a clip, saying that he doesn't even know who his opponent is, but he's gonna walk through him. And I think with confidence like that, you got to just enjoy the show. And if you want to take something, you gotta be creative. Like we were talking about, taking Gautier plus round 1 KO prop. That's probably about as close to good money as you're gonna get. And you got to pay 2 to 1 to break even on it. So
I'm not touching this fight, honestly.
You gave up on it.
There's no money. There's no money to be made in this fight. I mean, if you want to, you could throw a Teba fucking KO and some crazy degen fucking 7-leg parlay. But
yeah,
honestly, what I have to say about this fight is before it starts, grab yourself a beer, maybe even 2, because Gautier is going to go in there and give absolute belt to ass. This guy, see, I just want to talk about this guy real quick. He is 23 years old, standing at 6'4" and fighting at 180 fucking pounds. This guy is a fucking freak. He is a freak. 23 years old,
I mean, look
bro.
at him.
And
Look at
I,
him, bro.
I will say this. My favorite fighter of all fucking time is Mike Tyson, and he became champ at 20 years old. So seeing shit like that. This guy is 23, going into the UFC and murdering grown fucking men. I got Otávio Gautier by murder. I'm not gonna put money on it because the likeliness of it fucking happening is skyrocketing through the roof. So go
Mhm.
grab yourself a beer and enjoy this fucking performance. That's all I have to say.
All right, next fight on the prelim, we got Umar. This is the feature prelim, by the way. We got Umar Nurmagomedov and Davison Figueiredo. Figgy, former flyweight title holder. Umar, former title challenger here at the bantamweight class. He's his only loss being Merab in his 19-1 record. Figgy, he's coming off of a win against Montel Jackson. That was at UFC Rio. Before that, lost back-to-back against Corey Sandhagen. Fought for the title. Petr Yan, current title holder. And they have it priced out the fucking. I don't even know, bro. I can't even think of what to say. It's wild. It's wild that the price is this wide. I almost want to say the price is built off of it being or Nurmagomedov fighting here. Um, because I feel like they're not giving Figueiredo the respect he deserves here. He's 25 and he's 25 and 5. Yes, he's 38 years old, but he just beat Montel Jackson, like I just said. Yes, it was on a split, but it was a pretty convincing split. He did look really good in that fight. Montel Jackson was on a win streak when he fought Figgy, and Figgy was an underdog in that fight, and he won. And I had his money line. I think I talked about it on the show. What I think in this fight you got to look at is a spread because I think at least one of two things is going to happen here. We're either going to see a Figueiredo come in looking great, like the former champ he was at flyweight, and he's gonna make this competitive, and we're gonna be looking at 29-28s, or we're gonna get an Umar Nurmagomedov fucking miraculous. I don't even know miraculous something, and he's gonna 30-27 across the board. Which that the latter is the one I see less likely to happen. Umar Nurmagomedov, yes, he could probably get a 30-27 on one of the scorecards. I don't see it happening on all three, especially against Figueiredo. When he fought Corey Sandhagen, it was competitive, but he did get that knee injury. He got his knee blown out in like a calf slicer position, and then he fought Petr Yan, and Petr Yan just kind of put levels on it. But Petr Yan's Petr Yan, and Petr Yan against Umar. Petr Yan would absolutely beat the brakes off of Umar. And I think that's kind of what they want to build up off of this win. If Umar, does look pretty good in this win, I think they do want to set up Umar and Petr, Russia versus Russia. I mean, that's the only fight I really want to see. I don't want to see a Sean O'Malley Petr Yan round 2 before I see Umar Petr Yan. I want to see something fresh, something new, before we start getting some of these rematches. Because Umar is definitely a big name, and I think they want to keep him around the title as much as they can, especially when he's only 30 years old.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna kind of like look at this from a perspective of Umar Nurmagomedov being a Nurmagomedov.
Yeah.
If he doesn't go in here and get a submission win against Davison Figueiredo, or just absolutely put belt to ass and try to look for a finish, I don't know what else to say. You know what I mean? I honestly believe that Umar should go in there and fucking just put out Figgy. I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, Figgy is a former champ. You know, he's been there, he's done that, but that's exactly it. He's been there and he's done that. What's left there, honestly, in my opinion, there's honestly nothing left for Figgy.
Mm-hmm.
He goes and wins this, yeah, fucking whatever. Look at the top of the division. He's already lost to Corey.
And you lost to Petr
Then
Yan.
yeah, and he lost to Yan. I was just about to say that. Didn't he lose to Yan?
Mm-hmm.
There's no fucking way he goes and fights who? Merab? Fights Yan again?
Give him Sean O'Malley or Song Yadong.
Nah, no, dude. Umar needs. I feel like Umar needs to put himself in that position again. and getting a decision win over Figgy, I don't think that's it. Because I mean, you could, like you just said, like we just said, you already have dudes like Corey and Jan who have beaten him. I think Umar winning by decision here, nah, that's not gonna do much. Umar winning by a finish, that I think that right there will carry some weight. So my pick here is honestly gonna be Umar getting the submission win, and that's my pick for this fight.
Okay. Next fight, we jump into our main card. We watched the press conference before we got on this video, so we got a little bit more of a refresher on some of these guys. And so what we got here, we got Arnold Allen versus Gene Silva. This is gonna be a fucking banger fight. Two autistic guys going at it. I say that because that's what they just said on the press conference.
They literally said that.
And Gene Silva asked Dana for more money to see two autistic guys go at it, and he said bet or deal. So we're gonna be seeing. I'm hoping we see a banger here, and I don't even think we need to hope for it. I think it's kind of just guaranteed. You got Arnold Allen, who is Mr. Nice Guy, doesn't have a lot to say on the mic, but he'll go out and when the cage closes, he's gonna let his hands do the talking. Got Gene Silva, he's gonna bark on the mic, and he's gonna go in there and he's gonna bite you in the cage. Not literally, but he is. He's that guy in the cage. So it's a good fight here. This is a bounce back spot for Gene Silva. Arnold Allen kind of been on a layoff. He had I think he had an injury or something. I could be wrong about the injury, so don't take me up on that. But he was obviously on a hiatus. We see it here, a year and 5 months out. Comes back and he gets Gene Silva in his return. We get one guy who's kind of the more technical striker in Arnold Allen. He was a wild man in his fight with Dan Hooker when he knocked out Dan Hooker. And we get Gene Silva, who is he's technically not technical. He's just insane. You watch him and you think he's just throwing shit, but like we said, we talked about this on Tuesday. He's a showman and he's clever and he makes things work in the way that we haven't seen anyone else really do it before. The price is growing on Gene Silva. When we last talked about him, I think he was in like the mid 200 range. He might have been less than that.
I think it's bounced. I think it's like it was at 300, went down a little bit, and then now it's back.
Okay, yeah, we'll see. We'll see it on the live and see how fluid it's been. But yeah, my pick in this is Gene Silva, and I think Gene Silva should look good in this one. I think he understands a lot of things coming off that loss. He understands that yes, he's emotional, but yes, he needs to keep his emotions in check if he wants to be successful at the top of the featherweight division and get the belt. He needs to master his emotions and just keep working on improving.
As hard as God damn it, as hard as it is to say this, because Arnold Allen hasn't been finished. He hasn't been finished in his career.
Mm-hmm.
I think Gene Silva is going to be the first to do it. I think he's going to be the first to do it. His stand-up game is just it's phenomenal in my opinion, and that's probably one of the reasons why he's one of my favorite fighters, is because like you just said, he's in there and it looks like he's joking around, and all of a sudden he hits you with some fucking crazy ass shit, and you look at it and you're like, that's just some wild stuff. But then you go and you rewatch it, it's calculated.
Yeah,
it's timed. Silva's patient with it. Look, you can go and rewatch the way he picked apart Drew Dober, the way he picked apart Bryce Mitchell. I mean, given he fucked with Mitchell before the fight. Apparently, Mitchell was seeing demons and dreams and shit.
yeah.
But and one thing you had mentioned, Arnold Allen, ring rust is a thing. He's coming off of almost a year and a half layoff. Silva just got done fighting the top dog, fucking Diego Lopez,
Who's fighting next week?
Who's fighting next week against Volkanovski.
And let us note that Gene Silva said that if he wins here, he wants to go there next week and be a stand-in backup, which probably won't happen. I mean, I expect both these guys to take a lot of. I expect these guys both to take a lot of damage in this fight. I think this is going to be a good back and forth contest, but that is what he said. He wants to be there. He wants to be ready for that backup spot, which speaks a lot about where he sees where he's headed. He wants to get back in that win column and get back on the route to the belt.
Yeah, 100%. And, like you mentioned, Gene Silva, he fights with his emotions. And that's another thing I love about the guy. He's very emotional. Yeah, he got his emotions mixed up when he fought Lopez. It got a little better of him. But I think he's going to be locked in with this fight. And I think he's going to catch Allen with some shit that Allen is not expecting. I don't
Hmm.
think Arnold Allen is going to be ready for what Gene Silva is going to bring. So that's why I think he's going to beat Silva by finish, and it's going to be knockout.
All right, moving up the main card, we get the only ladies fight on the card. We get Natalia Silva and Rose Namajunas. We get Natalia Silva standing in place of Alexa Grasso here. A little bit of a short notice, but not really. I think they announced that about a month ago, maybe a little bit more than that. But Natalia Silva, we see here, she's won 5 of her last 5. Rose Namajunas has won 3 of her last 5. She has losses to Aaron Blanchfield and Manon Fiorot. And I want to take note of this, that Rose is saying that the UFC has guaranteed that if she wins, she will be next for the belt, which is kind of a fucking absurd thing to say. And if that is true, that is just wild to me, because Natalia Silva, in my opinion, should already be fighting for the belt. And for her to fight Rose Namajunas, who's on a 1-fight win streak, and her loss being to Aaron Blanchfield, Aaron Blanchfield could even be fighting for the belt. I feel like this is kind of just a shit fight to make. It just adds more to the resume of Natalia Silva with the win here. And I think that's what she's going to do. I think she's going to come out and she's going to kind of coast to a 30-27 unanimous decision.
I mean, if you want me to be honest, you could easily say that Rose Namajunas is one of those names that's up there who gets the Dana White privilege. So if Rose were to win, I 100% see that. As much as I disagree with it, I mean, they're probably gonna do some shit like that, but I don't see that happening.
Not here.
Natalia Silva, a month notice, 2 weeks notice, a week's notice. I still think she goes in there and does the fucking job against Rose Namajunas. I mean, Namajunas has been around for how long? She's been fighting since when? Natalia Silva is the new blood coming in, and
Mhm.
she just put on a master class against Alexa Grasso, pieced in Alexa Grasso. Silva
Yeah.
is quick. She's quick, and look at those fucking arms, dude. She's strong. And she has some grappling in her back pocket. Yeah, I think she gets it done against Namajunas. And honestly, I don't think it's gonna be close. I don't think it's gonna be close at all. I think Silva just puts belt to ass on Namajunas. So that's why I'm gonna take a double chance prop on this. If you guys can
It's
take
so
this prop,
juice, bro.
I highly suggest you. Is it really?
Oh yeah. When I looked
Is it
at when
is
I
it
looked
like
at
minus 400?
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
KO or points?
Yeah. Yeah. So I just took Natalia Silva by unanimous decision. I
For
just
sure. And that's probably like minus 170, huh?
yeah, it was still juiced, which is wild, but yeah,
Yeah.
it was about as close as you could get on this fight. You
Yeah, I
said
mean women's fight, decision.
it's
Yeah.
definitely one of the more likely outcomes.
Yeah. But but I am kind of leaning on a finish here for Natalia Silva. I am kind of leaning on that
You just want
finish
plus money, you
because
sick fuck.
I mean the way she looked against Alexa Grasso,
Yeah,
brother, you can't
yeah,
you can't argue against that,
yeah.
And
It was a masterclass.
and like kind of like what you've been saying, she's ranked 4 again fighting against number 9 Namajunas. This does nothing for Silva. This does nothing. Yeah, she beat a former champ, Rose Namajunas,
Yeah.
but I Silva needs to put belt to ass, and I think that's exactly what she's going to do, whether it's on the scorecards or inside the distance. That's my pick here. Maybe Silva money line, just a little parlay piece. But if you want to be degenerate like I am, I'm going to be sprinkling a bit on Natalia Silva by finish here, by knockout.
Okay, okay. All right, next fight, we get the heavyweights going at it. There was a lot of shit talking on the press conference come from Derek Lewis
Oh
here.
yeah.
I walked away for a bit to go get some food. Z heard it all, so he can give it to you guys. But my pick in here is this fight not going to the distance, bro. I think this is gonna be just an absolute fucking slugfest. You got the technical boxer in Waldo, who was just in there with Sergey Pavlovich and went to a decision with Pavlovich. And I think that was more because Waldo was playing a conservative there. He's not going to be able to do that against Derek Lewis. Derek Lewis, MMA math, he got knocked out by Sergey, but it's because Derek Lewis went to the fire with Sergey. You don't really have that choice with Derek Lewis. He's the record holder for knockouts. And it's because he makes you uncomfortable. He makes you engage in a slugfest, and you don't want to get him on the back foot and expect that you're gonna come out on top there. He's gonna fire back a fucking combo, or not a combo, but fire back a counter from hell, and he's probably gonna put your lights out. You gotta just maintain composure if you're gonna win this. But I don't know. I think both these guys are gonna come swinging. I think both these guys kind of know that, like, for one guy, it's a step up in the rank pool. You're gonna get that top 5 shot. For the other guy, it's like, you're probably gonna hang around the middle of the division for a minute, because heavyweight is pretty stale. It's pretty slow. Yes, we saw Waldo fight 5 times last year, but that was all against guys lower than him. If he's gonna fight guys higher than him, then we gotta see activity in the top of the heavyweight division, which we have not seen much of in 2025 and 2024, really. So you got
fuck you, John Jones. Fuck you, Serial Gone.
Yeah. They really stunk it up and made it really slow. So, who knows what's going to happen? Derek Lewis is talking about fighting on the UFC White House card. If he wins this, which would be fucking awesome to see, that could be Josh Hocket's opponent.
Hey, I mean, regardless.
No, it probably wouldn't be. But
no, I don't think so.
No.
But I mean, regardless though, win or lose for Derek Lewis, Dana White did say Trump loves Derek Lewis.
He might be on there with a loss anyway. Yeah,
I think he's gonna be on there regardless. I mean, Derek Lewis is like, everyone loves Derek Lewis.
You think with a loss he fights Hokit?
I don't think he fights Hokit at all. I don't think.
Really?
I don't think
you don't think
I don't think they make that type of matchup. I mean, what they fucking boosted Teixeira. They boosted.
I was gonna say, bro, we saw a main event Teixeira off a win off fucking Tafa by Derek Lewis.
And got bitched again. Yeah. So I don't think a finish against like Denzel Freeman. I mean, nah. I think maybe depends on how Josh Hokit gets it done. I don't think he fights Derek Lewis. I think he gets top 15 or somebody. But my pick here is Derek Lewis. I think Derek Lewis gets it done. I think Derek Lewis knocks out Waldo Cortes-Acosta. And the reason why I say that, one of the reasons why, is because how many times have we seen a fighter fight so many times in such a short span? Like a year? Yeah, a year is a year to some people, but when you're fighting literally every 2, 3, another 2 months, look at that. I mean,
yeah, very, very, very active, especially right here. 3-week turnaround.
Yeah. So, like for example, we saw Pereira go in and fought Ankalaev after he fought literally the entire year, and then he lost. We saw Merab fight after he fought the entire year. He lost against Jan. I know those are championship fights, but I don't know. Waldo Cortes-Acosta, I know he's more technical. He's more of like a counter striker, kind of like a sniper, But the thing is though, is he going to be able to move out of the way to fucking dodge the heavy swings when Derek Lewis gets on that gas pedal? Because go and rewatch the Teixeira fight. Teixeira hit him straight in the fucking eye. Derek Lewis backs up because he got his fucking eye hurt. Out of nowhere, he just starts fucking swinging.
He catches the lead.
And then he steps in and swings one and catches Teixeira right on the chin. It's Waldo Cortes. I see Derek Lewis. Swarming Acosta up against the cage, and Derek Lewis is mean, bro. He has that power. He has the most knockouts in the heavyweight division. Are you going to be able to eat one of those punches, Acosta? I know you kind of got a little bit of a chin and a stone noggin, but are you going to be able to eat a punch from Derek Lewis, brother? That's the big question right there. Are you going to be able to eat an upper? Derek Lewis put out Curtis Blades. He slumped Curtis Blades. Curtis Blades was snoring. Oh, I see Derek Lewis fucking blasting Acosta's head off with a mean uppercut. I really hope so. Because I love Derek Lewis. Been a huge fan of Derek Lewis.
And I want to see And I want to see Derek Lewis dance with his shorts off and doing the salsa.
Yep. That's another thing. I completely forgot. Completely forgot. That was
Oh.
some of the shit talk that was said at the conference. They asked Cortes-Acosta, "What are you gonna do when you get your win against Derek Lewis?" And he was like, "I'm gonna finish him in the first, and then I'm gonna do the salsa over his body." And then they asked Derek Lewis, "What are you gonna do?" And Derek Lewis was like, "Well, I'm gonna take my shorts off, and then I'm gonna do the salsa too." And then Acosta kept talking shit, telling him he can't do the salsa. Don't talk about doing the salsa. Disrespect. Blah blah blah. Derek Lewis was just like, "Let's go. I'm ready." It's just so
Yeah.
funny because like Derek Lewis, like he doesn't really have that deep voice. Kind of has like a little bit of a high pitched voice, and he's always smiling, bro. He's always smiling. He's always fucking. So he was just like smiling that whole time.
Mm.
But nah, I got Derek Lewis fucking putting this dude out. As much as I love Acosta, and he's kind of growing on me, especially in his recent fights. Got to go with the Black Beast, Derek Lewis. I think he's gonna put him out.
Yeah. All right, co-main of 324. We got Sean O'Malley and Song Yadong. This is a good fight. We saw I've been seeing pictures floating around from when they had one of their first face-offs. Sean O'Malley wearing a COVID mask when he faced off with Song Yadong, and obviously it was a joke according to Sean O'Malley, but Song Yadong saw it as like a racist stint, which it kind of was. I mean, you're going up to a Chinaman with your mask on when it wasn't even COVID anymore. I mean, interpret it how you want. I mean, that's just how I'm interpreting it. But
When did this happen?
it was a while ago. It was when they were first doing their initial face-offs back in one of the other pay-per-views. I think it might have been 323 or 322. It was a while ago. It was just building up the drama for this fight. Um,
Interesting.
yeah. It's definitely something to take note of because it might make a little bit of bad blood, might make Song Yadong that much more, willing to engage with Sean O'Malley in the striking compartment, which I think he's gonna have to do. I don't think his wrestling is gonna get it done. I don't think his wrestling is good enough to really handle Sean O'Malley. And I think Sean O'Malley is going to put on a masterclass performance in front of his daughter, who is making her first appearance at a live fight of Sean O'Malley's. And Sean O'Malley's talked about it in an interview before, so it's something to take note of that, he's got the dad buff going on here.
Yeah.
Until Z says,
I'm gonna go ahead and say it, and I'm gonna ruin everyone's day. Song Yadong's gonna go in there and fucking bitch him, dude. I, like I said in the Tuesday video, Sean O'Malley is the casual's favorite fighter.
oh,
I do not care. I think Sean O'Malley is one of those. I mean, yes, he fights very pretty. He fights very pretty. He has very pretty knockouts.
he has pretty hair.
He has the tattoos. He has the tattoos and the colorful hair. He's American. He smokes weed. Yes, he's cool. Sean O'Malley is very cool, and he has very flashy highlight reel knockouts and performances, especially the one against Marlon Chito Vera. Song Yadong is only 28 years old, brother, and he's fought against the top of the division already. Yes, he's lost to them. But that's against Corey Sandhagen and Peter Yan. I don't see Sean O'Malley fighting them again, fighting someone like Peter Yan again and winning again, which we could both argue Sean O'Malley lost that first fight against Peter Yan. I don't see Sean O'Malley going in there with Corey Sandhagen and lasting more than 2 rounds. I think Song Yadong has improved so much. So much. Yeah, his fight with Henry Cejudo, we watched it live.
Yeah.
It was a shit fight. Yes. It was a
Yeah.
shit fight. It was a shit fight on Cejudo's end. Not on Song Yadong's end. Song Yadong absolutely bitched Cejudo, and Cejudo took the easy way out. They took it to technical decision after what, the 4th round?
Third round. When fourth round bell started, they stopped it.
Yeah. I think Song Yadong has improved immensely.
Oh.
You say Song Yadong, you say you say Song Yadong can't his wrestling won't get to Sean O'Malley. I think it does. I
Yeah.
think it does. I think Song Yadong is going to be fast too. I think he's going to be really fast. The thing that Sean O'Malley needs to do the most is keep his distance and fight at that sniper range like he always does.
Yeah.
But we're getting into like more of a breakdown. We're getting more and more breakdown.
Keep.
Song Yadong. I think Song Yadong wins. I think he might even get a finish. But if anything, I got Song Yadong money line, and Song Yadong is going to be my pick in the co-main fight.
Okay. All right. Before we move on into the main event, let's play a bit of matchmaker here off of the possibilities. So if we see Sean O'Malley win and we see Umar Nurmagomedov win, who of them gets that title shot over Peter Yan? You think it'd be Umar, or you think they go and make that rematch, which we don't want to see?
Okay, no, obviously, and all you guys know this. Sean O'Malley wins, he's going to get that fucking rematch. I mean,
But it's a
it's
Nurmagomedov.
exactly it's Sean O'Malley.
That is
It's
true.
Sean O'Malley.
That is true.
Like,
I mean, he's the
you're
superstar that
telling me,
UFC is trying to make for sure. I mean, he's already made as a superstar.
you're telling me if they were to make Peter Yan versus Sean O'Malley, I mean, Sean O'Malley versus Peter Yan would sell.
That'd be fun. It'd be fun.
Like I just said, I'm sorry, Sean O'Malley. He's the casual's favorite fighter.
And it would sell because there's a lot more casuals than there are like real fans.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, if Sean O'Malley were to win here, I 100% see him getting a title shot.
Yeah, but here's my other thought though. If they both win, they give the title shot to Umar. Guess what we get to see? A 99.9% chance. Corey and Sean.
Yes, I would love to see that. I'm sure a lot of people would love to see that as well. A lot of people have been asking for that. But they don't want to see Sean O'Malley get bitched by the better version of him.
It would be a great, yeah.
The not so flashy version of him, the dude who goes and takes acid in the fucking mountains, not
isolates himself,
not pink Lamborghini driving, smoking weed, Sean O'Malley.
Yeah,
they can promote like you were talking about. They could promote and fucking advertise O'Malley.
mm-hmm.
You know, they could market off of him. Not so much with Sanhagen. You know, only like the real fans would see that. You know, would see Sanhagen. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You guys know what I'm saying? I don't want to keep talking.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I see happening.
All right. We'll put a cap in it. We'll put a feather in it right now.
I'll put a cap in that.
Yeah,
right now.
yeah. Shut
talk
up.
about that later.
Yeah, we'll talk about that on the recap.
Yep, on the recap. Exactly, on the recap.
All right, guys, let's move into the main event here. This time, Z, you got it. You had me do this time. You got it.
Yeah, if you guys haven't already, though, go ahead and drop a like. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, we appreciate it. We're trying to grow a community here. And also leave a comment. Let us know how you're feeling. Let us know how you're feeling about our picks. If you're confident in them, if you think we're fucking delusional, if you think I'm delusional, if you think Joe's talking out of his ass, let us know. We want to know that. Anyways, guys, we're getting into the main event of the night. Justin Gaethje versus Patty the Baddie Pimblett. Both of these fighters are fucking violent. Patty absolutely brutalized Michael Chandler in his last fight. Justin Gaethje, what was it was against Figueiredo, right?
What, his last fight?
Yeah, his last fight was against Figueiredo. Yeah. Gaethje just came off that war with Figueiredo, fucking put him out. No, he dropped him with that uppercut. Nasty uppercut.
That's a signature shot.
Justin Gaethje embodies violence. He embodies violence.
And you could say there's a lot of bad blood here. We saw in the press conference there was definitely a bit of shit talking coming from Gaethje here.
Oh, 100%. And you know, another thing as well is this is Gaethje's last shot. He's even said that himself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if he's not fighting for a title or for the belt, he's done. He's retiring.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so this is it for Gaethje if he loses.
And he's got that
And
mentality. You know, one of the people that was at the conference asking a question asked him about legends retiring, and if he sees himself as a legend. He's like, "Well, I'm not retired, so I'm not a legend yet, because that's what legends do. Is legends retire." So he fully believes that he's still in it. He doesn't want to cross himself off while he's still getting ready for this fight to happen. So
100%.
so he's totally confident in what he has going on. He's talked about how Patty, is saying some of the things that he thinks he likes what he's hearing. He wants to, he likes Patty has these beliefs about what he's gonna do, what he's gonna try and do in the cage. Gaethje's here for it. He already fought a guy very similar to him in Charles Oliveira,
Yeah.
and that's probably the most comparable style that we've seen to anyone that Justin Gaethje's fought is Charles Oliveira. And Gaethje dropped Oliveira with one of those uppercuts. Could we see him drop Patty with one of those uppercuts? Probably more than likely. We'll see. We'll see
Yeah.
if he can make his brain touch his skull, because that's what Gaethje
Hmm.
was talking about. If he makes that brain touch his skull, he's gonna go night night.
Oh yeah. I think the path of victory for Justin Gaethje here is gonna be he needs to bring it to Patty, and he needs to put it on Patty. And
Mm-hmm.
honestly, he needs to make him know shit ain't sweet. He needs to bring back those Gaethje leg kicks.
Yeah.
He needs to break down Patty. Um Patty, for Patty's path of victory, he needs to bring it to the ground. He
Mm-hmm.
needs to get Gaethje on the ground. He needs to get top control. He needs to control Gaethje and find a submission. But Gaethje he also trains with Kamaru Usman. He trains with Kamaru Usman a lot. They're like
Mm-hmm.
really good. They're really good friends. And one thing about Gaethje is that he used to be a D1 wrestler or All American wrestler, not D1 wrestler. He's been All American wrestler. Um, so he has that in his back pocket.
Mm-hmm.
You had mentioned that. But at the end of it, I just think Gaethje needs to really fucking bring it to Patty. Uh, he is calculated wildness, as
Yeah.
Joe Rogan has said,
Mm-hmm.
and Patty hasn't fought anybody who could really fucking bring power like that.
Other than Chandler.
I mean, but that's the
And
thing
that's the
though, is
thing
like
is that Patty was
Chandler.
comparing Chandler to Gaethje. It's like Gaethje beat Chandler.
Yeah,
There's levels
yeah,
to it.
and yeah, it was a decision. It was a decision, whatever. But it was a lot of back and forth, and even Khabib said that Justin Gaethje is the hardest hitting dude that he's ever fought.
Yeah,
He literally said Justin Gaethje hits like a truck.
yeah.
So I'm really curious on how Patty Pimblett does when he gets hit with a mean fucking 1-2 from Justin Gaethje.
Hmm.
When he gets hit with that Justin Gaethje uppercut inside the pocket. I wonder how the Scouser will react. So
So what's your pick here?
Justin Gaethje by knockout.
Okay,
I got
my pick here will be the fight just not going the distance. I think both these guys are gonna bring it. It's a title shot. Winner gets Ilia Topuria in a unification fight. I think both these guys want to go in there with a bit of confidence, but then get their confidence shattered because Ilia Topuria is gonna beat the brakes off both of them.
yeah. I
You
mean,
got divorced. You got new boss. You unlocked a new boss. Fucking divorced Ilia Topuria.
yeah. I mean, either way in this fight, I do agree with you. I don't think it goes to decision. If it does go to decision, I just hope we see some like crazy back and forth,
Yeah.
you know, but I think it goes either way. I really hope Justin Gaethje gets a knockout. That's what I am leaning towards. But like
Mhm.
I said, Patty Pimblett, his path to victory here would be a submission win. I don't think he could put out Gaethje. I don't think unless he catches. Obviously, it's MMA. Obviously, it's MMA. Anything can happen. But in reality, if you look at some of the previous fights, how these dudes fight,
Mhm.
yeah, Patty Pimblett by submission would be the other play
Yeah.
if you're going Patty side.
Yeah.
It's either knockout or submission here, or fight not going the distance. I mean, that's what I got.
All right. All right. Well, that's it for the quick picks on this show. It was a little bit more than a quick pick. We did give you guys a bit of a breakdown like we said we are gonna do. But if you stuck around this long, now you get to see the live odds. If you want to see the live odds, stick around for this because we'll go over the live odds for all these fighters and kind of talk about some of the plays we want to do. If you don't want to see this, you can skip to the end and just see the plays that we make. But if you made this far, we appreciate you guys. So let's jump into it. So first fight of the night, Adam Fugitt and Ty Miller. This one, I said, I don't have my ticket in front of me. I think I did an alternate on this. Fuck, let me see what I did.
I think you had Ty Miller knockout.
Yeah, that's what it was. Ty Miller knockout. That's what it was. Good save.
Yeah, but Ty Miller, he's a heavy favorite going into this fight. -450.
Yeah, they've had the price
Adam,
up since the 21st. It says so.
It's even money on his knockout.
Okay.
Adam Fugitt money line is like plus 380, 480, or 310.
310 now. Yeah. Oh, it was 265. Oh, you probably saw it. Oh, 320. Okay, 310. Yeah. Okay. All right. Next one, Smotherman Turcios. Smotherman money line, I think was all I said, or Smotherman decision. Let's look at it. Smotherman decision plus 120. It's been that price since yesterday when these got listed. Okay, looks good. Next one, Hokit, obviously on the KO is what we've been looking at, or Hokit inside the distance, I think is what you were saying as well. KO.
Yeah, it's funny because they think this fight isn't gonna go the distance, but damn, they even down plus 300.
Yeah,
on FanDuel. Yeah,
crazy.
Hokit by a finish is most definitely the play I'm going to be hammering the most.
Yeah, that's gonna be my cycle play, which you guys will see at the end. All right, next one, Michael Johnson, Alexander Hernandez. This is a fight that I'm scared to touch, and my side was Alexander Hernandez. I did start to kind of get on the fence a bit, but I think I'm just gonna stick with it and just we'll see what happens. I alternated this. The over under is at 2.5. I was at DraftKings. I was able to alternate it and put at 1.5. So I got at 1.5. Yes, I did eat a bit of juice, but I think 1.5 is a bit of a safer cause than 2.5 because if you're looking at 2.5, you might as well just say fight goes the distance. We'll see though.
And then Hernandez by KO down there sitting pretty at plus 290.
Yep, right there. It was at 280. It's at 310. Oh, was that 310 for a bit? Did we catch on the down?
That looks like we did.
Oh,
Hopefully it goes up by Saturday.
Yeah. All right, now let's hunt around. That was for the early prelims. Let's get into the actual prelims now. Oh, man.
Damn, that sucks.
Charles Johnson, Alex Perez. I was on Charles Johnson. They spelled his name how I Johnson. Charles Johnson money line. I have Charles Johnson by sub on my cycle, which is plus 430. I think I got it like plus 350. So this is a bit better odds than I got at DraftKings. His KO is plus 500. Perez
KO
700. It was 650. It's going to get a little wider.
I like that.
Okay, over under 2.5. I think a lot of people are going to look at the over because I don't know why. Maybe because Charles Johnson has been to decision 14 times. I guess you could say that.
Well, you could also argue Alex Perez's nickname is literally
The decision.
The decision. So
yeah.
If anything, if you're not confident in what I'm confident in, I am very confident in the fight goes to decision. That didn't really work out there, but that's another pick that I'm mine. I was talking about the Perez by finish.
Yeah. Next fight, Modestas Bukauskas and Nikita Krylov. This one, Modestas Bukauskas by KO is gonna. I think it's my only play here. I don't know if I'll have money line, but Bukauskas by KO is plus 145 plus money on a guy who against a guy who has been chinned twice badly. What's his what?
What is his first round play? First round prop.
Bukauskas round 1 plus 300.
Ooh. You know, there might be a couple of fights on this card where I play the rounds like that. Honestly, I might do that because I think Bukauskas is most definitely live for a first round, second round finish there.
Look how fucking crazy Gautier's shit's moving, bro. He's at minus 900 now, which is cool. But let's see what they got him at because we're obviously looking at Gautier round 1. I mean, I'm not even gonna bother looking. Gautier KO minus 425. Gautier round 1 minus 120. So that's about as good as it's gonna get. That's pretty solid actually. Minus 120 on a round 1 for a guy who has a lot of finishes round 1. I think that's the move.
Yeah, I like that. Minus 120. You said it was.
Yeah,
That's not too bad.
yeah, it's pretty good.
Pair that up with the Bukauskas round one. Shit.
Yeah, there's a round one play. All right, so now we got Figgy Umar in the featured prelim. I mean, I like the over 2.5. I like this fight going to a decision here. I also like Figgy spread. When I was at DraftKings, it was plus 5.5, which is that's basically three judges saying 30-27. Are you gonna say three judges are gonna take it? Umar 30-27. If only two take, well, actually no. If you no, because that would be 9 points. If you say one judge goes 30-27, the other two go 29-28, that's about as close to the line as you're gonna get. That's at 5 right there. So if two judges say 30-27, then you would lose. So yeah, I had to think of the math on the spot there. Anyway,
What
yeah,
is Umar by sub?
Umar sub. What's like
Oh,
Nurmagomedov?
you just passed it. It's like 195.
Damn, really? Plus 210.
Damn, it was at 210.
What's
That's
his
crazy.
KO? I feel like his KO is more likely. Am I crazy for that? Probably.
I mean, yeah, he can mix it up, but I don't think he'd mix it up on Figueiredo. I don't think.
Yeah. Well, Figgy has good sub. He has a lot of subs on his record as well.
Yeah, but he hasn't faced a Dagestani, bro.
He faced a boxing. It wasn't Dagestani, but he faced a boxing Russian in Pyotr Yan.
Yeah, he hasn't faced fucking Nurmagomedov.
Yeah, man. If Figgy pulls this off, bro, this is already the biggest upset of the year. That's just nuts.
Oh, he's getting his last name stripped.
Yeah.
Umar.
Arnold Allen, Gene Silva. Definitely on Gene Silva here. On the over under, it's a pretty good over under. I'm on the side of Gene Silva decision. So Gene Silva decision. I don't think I passed it. I didn't pass it yet. Silva decision. Did I pass it? Fuck, I can't read.
You did pass it. It's below. It's like plus 130.
KO.
Further down, right there, or plus 185. You just pass it further up, a little
Oh,
bit
right
up,
here.
right
Yeah,
there.
185. Yep. Damn, bro.
God damn, old
I'm
man.
about to start hitting the control find and start typing this shit in, bro. But okay, so yeah, plus 185 on a Silva decision. I like it, but you like Silva inside the distance, like Silva KO plus
Yeah, I
170.
do.
Damn, they have that price a little bit better than his decision. It's pretty close. They have them both about the same. So if you took a double chance, you're still probably gonna have plus money. It might be even actually. Allen by a decision, 390. He's obviously the underdog, so his prices are a little bit better on those types of things. That's my play though. I like his decision, and I also like the over 2.5. Fight going the distance. I don't know, maybe yeah. It's a tough one to really scope in because we're taking a shot on a guy who has violent knockout power versus a guy who's never been finished, has fought guys that have good knockout power, and Dan Hooker. Obviously, Arnold Allen finished Dan Hooker, but it's like,
Well, I mean,
mm,
Dan Hooker, yes, Dan Hooker's fucking badass, but you could argue that Dan Hooker wasn't really Dan Hooker at that time.
yeah, when he fought Arnold Allen, yeah,
Just saying.
he wasn't
I
he
love
wasn't
Dan Hooker,
tatted
but
Chad Dan Hooker that
yeah.
he is now. All right, moving on. We are getting the ladies now. This is Ty Silva and Rose Namajunas. This is just a bunch of juice. This is like the Gautier of women right now on this card. I mean, let's see. Silva decision minus 180. It's actually pretty good. There's not really any point looking at the other props. Look at the fight going the distance. Minus 400.
Well, Silva KO
You want
plus
Silva?
550.
Yeah, 550. Yeah, and nothing really intrigues me in this fight, to be honest with you. I took Silva money line with over 2.5. I think is what I took, or I think I just took Silva by decision. It wasn't great odds, but I ate it up because I parlayed it on the rest of the main card. So it is
For
what it
sure.
is. Next fight, the heavyweights. I took fight not going the distance. I think both these guys are gonna come swinging and banging, like Derek Lewis says. I think this is gonna be a good fight to watch. The over under is a 1.5, which is pretty solid. The under 1.5 being plus money with the guy who has a lot of first round finishes is pretty nutty. But I think it's just because the way Waldo fights, and we've seen the chin be tested by Sergey. We've seen it be tested by Robles Spain with the front kick. Ate a front kick pretty clean in that first fight. That's when Waldo popped on the map for me. It's when he fought Robles.
Yeah. fucking bitched him.
Yeah, fucking rode him out. That's when we found out Robles can't grapple for shit, and now he fights at
Yep.
Karate Combat. Let's see.
360 for Lewis KO. Damn, Acosta KO is fucking favored.
I mean, it makes sense, I guess. I mean, we've seen Lewis be knocked out by a guy that by Salsa Boy just went the distance with, and Sergey. But like I said, it was just a clash of styles. Both those guys wanted to engage in that kind of fight, and it's MMA. That kind of shit happens. Sergey was on that freak run. He was getting a bunch of finishes, and he went and fought for the interim off of that. So it is what it is.
Yeah.
I think if Salsa Boy engages with Derek Lewis, who knows? You're kind of flipping the coin there again. Either of those guys could go out in that kind of fight. All right, co-main: Sean O'Malley, Song Yadong. The over/under 2.5. I was talking about Sean O'Malley putting on a masterclass here. I took his double chance KO prop or decision. Right now O'Malley by decision is plus money. Yadong is plus 310. O'Malley KO plus 350. They do think this fight's going to go to a decision. Looks like, which it very much could. And it's really a coin flip between who you're going to take here. And I'm on the side of O'Malley here, as he's on the side of Yadong. You're also saying Yadong KO, right? Plus 650.
Possibly. I'm gonna take his double chance, honestly.
Okay. All right, and now hopping into the main event. Let's look. Over-unders at 2.5 in a 5-round fight. Obviously, they don't think this fight's going the distance, and I don't either. That's what I took. I ate up the odds on a minus 350 to cap off the main card parlay, and so that's where I'm at. It was at minus 700 on open, bro. Holy fucking shit! People were probably buying hella on the fight going the distance then for that to get for that to go down. That's kind of crazy. Minus 700 is gross for that. Let's see. I took. Did I just take anything? No, I was gonna take. Funny enough, I was gonna take Patty sub, but I was like, that kind of goes against what I said because I talked about Justin Gaethje being my pick, but it was for the cycle, and I couldn't tuck myself off of my KO pick, so I kind of just left it alone. Just went fight not going the decision. But let's look at it. Gaethje KO plus 390. Patty sub is probably the only other odds, plus 135. That plus money is pretty solid though, because those are probably the most likely outcomes. So that will be it for the live spot. So now we'll hop over into the board, give you our picks, and then we'll call it a day. We'll round it off there. We'll be quick. I didn't make a lot of plays. I did put a good amount of money on them. So, these are the futures in front of me. Shit.
If you guys have been watching our show, you guys know I like to make some plays. These aren't all of my plays. I will be posting all of my tickets and our Discord.
Link will be below.
Yeah, we'll have that below in the description if you guys want to join our Discord. We post all of our picks, all of our bets, all of our parlays. We'll post it all in there, and we'll give you guys updates on them. Yada yada yada.
Blah blah blah.
So join the Discord.
Yeah.
Anyways, starting off with my bets. Like I said, guys, I really think this card starts off with a bang, and I think there's going to be a lot of finishes on this card. So I said I wasn't going to bet on it, but I got a tab of Gautier by KO, Modestas Bukauskas by KO, Josh Hokit by KO, and Gene Silva by KO. That's KO prop. I think all those fighters are really good. I think they're really positive to hit their KOs or to get the knockout. I have an early prop play of Cameron Smotherman by decision, Josh Hokit KO, and Alexander Hernandez by KO.
Mm-hmm.
And then for the first 3 fights of the night, I have Ty Miller and Adam Fugitt under 1.5 rounds, Cameron Smotherman money line, and I'm going to take a double chance on Josh Hokit KO or sub. And then for my cycle play, I'm going to take Umar by submission, Bukauskas by KO, and I'm actually going to make this twice, and I'm going to put Gene Silva by decision, and then I'm going to remake it and just put Gene Silva by KO.
Hell yeah.
And then I got the big dogs, 3-leg parlay. Josh Hokit KO, Derek Lewis KO, and Modestas Bukauskas by KO. And for the main card, these are all money line. Gene Silva, Natalia Silva, Derek Lewis, Song Yadong, and Justin Gaethje. And then guys, do I have a degenerate parlay for you guys? If you guys have Rebet, which we will also have the link below to my referral link. This parlay is plus 49,000 odds.
Oh my God.
49,141 odds. And it is a 6-leg parlay. You could tell me if I'm delusional. Let me know if I'm delusional. I mean, it's crazy odds, but
You're casual.
Josh Hokit by KO, Alexander Hernandez by KO, Modestas Bukauskas by KO, Ateba Gautier by KO, Gene Silva KO or submission, and a Derek Lewis KO. And we're going to Turks.
We're
If that
going
hits.
to Turks.
That's all I have to say. Is I am gone for a month and I'm going to Turks. So yeah, if you guys just want to sprinkle just a little bit, because I mean 10K will get you about $5,000 there, or not 10K, I mean $10 will get you about $5,000 there. So I mean,
Damn cats, get off my fucking table.
if you want to come to Turks, slap $10 on it.
You're done, bud. All right, is that it for your play, Z?
That's it. That's all I have now. Me and Joe are going to be watching the event together. I'm going to be going up north to watch it with him. So I will be making all the parlays, all the bets that I had just mentioned, and probably more. So I'll post all of them in the Discord, and they'll be there.
Yeah. All right. So what I like to do, guys, is I break the card up into sections, kind of like how they already do it on the ESPN app and everywhere else, where they have their early prelims, they have their main prelims, and then they have their main card. So what I did was I took my early prelims, which is 4 fights. It's the Ty Miller fight, the Smotherman fight, the Hokit fight, and the Hernandez Johnson fight. So what I did was I did Ty Miller by KO. I did Cameron Smotherman by decision. I did Josh Hokit by KO. And I alternated the total rounds. It was set at 2.5 in the Hernandez Johnson. I alternated to over 1.5, which was minus 320. So it was pretty juicy. I put 1 unit on that to win 17. It was plus 1671. I'll post these in the cord after we're done with recording, so you guys can have that early because I already have them made in front of me. Next one is the actual main card prelims, which is Charles Johnson, Bukauskas, Gautier, and the Figgy fight. So I did Charles Johnson, double chance by KO or decision. Modestas Bukauskas, double chance, KO or decision. And then Gautier, I had to do a fight parlay to get okay odds. I got Gautier to win and under 1.5 rounds. And the Umar Nurmagomedov and Davison Figueiredo, I said that fight goes the distance. That is 1 unit to win 10. And then main card, Gene Silva to win and over 1.5 was my play there. I didn't want to play Gene Silva at a 2-to-1 price. I kind of wanted to play it a little better. And I think this fight will have a bit of length to it. I don't think this is going to be a first round spark on either side. I think this will play out a little bit and we'll see how the fight develops. Natalia Silva by unanimous decision, yes. Fight not going the distance in the Salsa Boy and Derek Lewis fight. Sean O'Malley to win by KO or decision. And the fight not going the distance in the Gaethje and Patty fight. I put 2 units on it to win 18 units. And then I always do a cycle every time. Doesn't matter what card it is. I always try to make something out of nothing. And this is a lot of something. This is a good card. But it was kind of hard to find some of these spots. So I dug a little bit in and made a little bit of a good play here. Josh Hokit, KO is my KO leg. Plus 275 on that leg. Gene Silva by decision, plus 200 on that leg. Gene Silva, a guy with a lot of KO power, going against a guy who has not been finished. So that's a good spot there if you want to play that spot of it. And then on the submission leg, this is one that I feel like I may have sniped. We will see. Charles Johnson by submission. And I went with the submission leg because Perez, yes, he's been knocked out twice in the UFC, but he's been submitted 6 times in his career. And you're going against a guy, Charles Johnson, who has the length, who you're going to have to step in on and possibly try and take down, work against the fence, whatever. And Perez has been finished a few times by guillotine. He's been finished a few times by anaconda. So a headlock is there for the taking if Perez does want to step in and engage in any sort of takedown. Johnson has 3 submission wins on his record. Actually, 4, I think, is what we saw on Topology. I think one of them was an amateur. But anyway, that is it for my plays. Pretty short and sweet. So you guys will see those at the end of the video if you want to screenshot that. But with that, I think that's it for our Friday show.
Yeah, it is. I am very excited for this card. You know, I don't know how many times we've already said it, but we're just stoked. It's been 6 weeks since the last event, a little longer since the last pay-per-view.
Yeah.
First one of the year. I'm excited, bro. This should be a banger.
Yeah, I'm excited. I did watch a TikTok from Brendan Fitzgerald. He's one of the commentators that you guys watch on television. He was talking about what's gonna happen with the main card, and there will be commercials, whatever. So we might miss some stuff. We'll see exactly how bad it is. If you want to even say bad, I mean, we should be really grateful that we don't have to pay fucking $90 to watch this pay-per-view. But we'll see. We'll see how bad it is, how much of the walkouts, how much of the ring stuff we're gonna miss in between rounds. Because that's where the commercials would happen. We'll see how annoying it is. Hopefully they kind of just put the fight off into the corner and let the commercial play over the top of it, so we still kind of can see it, but we don't hear it, which is whatever.
I mean, you know, honestly, I 100% think that for main card there should be no advertisements whatsoever.
Yeah.
Whatsoever. I mean, maybe for the first few of the main card, you know, throw a couple commercials in there, whether in the corners, yeah. But main fight, no fucking commercials, no advertisement, nothing.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it, guys. So if you want to stay up to date with everything that's going on with the bets, hop in the Discord. We'll be posting updates throughout Saturday, throughout the card. If there is any plays that we do make, if we do go back to the casino and try and snipe something live, whatever, you'll see it. So get in there, don't miss out. Good luck on all your plays. With that being said, we're signing off.
Stay cozy.
Stay cozy. See you guys.